Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Towards the weekly candle close, there's always a little bit of volatility towards the weekly candle close. A few more hours and could get a little bit more volatile in the next few minutes or hours. Nevertheless, not too much happened. We saw a little bit of a red candle. I did explain in the previous video that the move up could have just been a B wave, yeah, and the move down here a C wave. And let me actually make the background of that box here a little bit less dense, and we can see the numbers and letters a little bit better. Yeah, what we are still investigating here, and we want to see some confirmation for that Bitcoin has possibly bottomed here in this long correction that started in the middle of April, that it might have formed a lasting low on the 15th of June. This is not confirmed yet, and I cannot assume that until I see, highlighted in orange, a 5-wave move to the upside, yeah, which would need one more high to be reliable, and an ABC structure to the downside. It is of course possible that we did get 5 waves up, but it would be only valid in a diagonal structure, which is just not so reliable. So it is of course possible that this move up was a 5-wave move in a diagonal, but it's not possible in a reliable impulse in which the wave 3 needs to reach the 1.618 extension. Also from the subwaves, it doesn't really align very well. So yeah, you know, it's of course 5 waves if you rely purely on visuals, but I rely in my analysis a little bit more on Fibonacci levels. Didn't complete all the requirements that are needed in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, purely looking at the visuals, you have 5 waves up. And if we have 5 waves up, yeah, this could have been a wave 1, but then again, only as a diagonal. But again, we don't need that assumption yet. At the moment, we are looking for another high, ideally to form an impulse. In this scenario, I want that 4th wave to hold 25,969. The move here could have been an ABC structure, or could be an ABC, so the A wave down, the B wave up, and C wave down was still very likely, ideally to reach the 26,160 level. As explained in the last video, it would be very likely for price to reach the 38.2 retracement, because it is the ideal target for a 4th wave. Again, that is 26,160. This wave 4 is valid and could be a wave 4 as long as price holds 25,969, and that C wave, or at least a local downtrend, could have started here with this red candle. So basically we're waiting for another dip to the downside to give us a clearer wave 4, and this move down might have started. Now we need to see if it's holding support here now. Yeah, this is what we need to watch out for. Either way, it looks like a local downtrend has started. Okay, if that is a wave 4, we need to see, because then it needs to hold one of these support levels and make another high. If it breaks below it, then the yellow count is probably in control, which would assume that we are coming down in a 5th wave now to complete this overall correction. I cannot assume that Bitcoin is bottomed yet with a lasting low until I see that 5-wave move to the upside and a subsequent ABC structure, a 3-wave move down, which would form a higher low. Until then, we have to assume another low is coming, or at least is very likely. Yeah, so this is still the wave count. That's why I haven't changed the chart yet. I purely sketch out the orange count as potential, in that it needs to prove itself. But it's certainly a potential, and relevant support areas are of course tradable if you want to do that. Now, if it breaks below 25,969, as I said, then probably the yellow count is in control, or we could then also explore the idea, but it's a bit too early for that, could also explore the idea that the move up was in fact a diagonal. Then we need to adjust the support area a little bit. What that means is basically below 25,969, next support that is relevant would be the 78.6 retracement level, and that would be the level at 25,160. But if that level breaks, then we are most likely going to make a new low. These are the relevant levels. Just be aware we are here really operating on the micro level. Things can change quickly here on the 1 hour chart, but looking at the bigger picture, really nothing has changed. So my first video about Bitcoin today was a longer term one. Feel free to check that out if you want to see a little bit more context. But for now, these are the relevant levels. And if price breaks above what I have labeled as a B wave top, here at 26,688, then we can assume that this fifth wave has started. Until then, I expect a little lower to test this or this area that we've talked about in this video. Yeah, that's my update about Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.